Most of government livelihood programs have tended to address access to cheap finance, microcredit. And that has been reflected in the programs like Youth Livelihood Program, Emioga and Tandikwa. We also talk about PDM. All of those are related to access to cheap finance. Now, that's a very important thing. But when it comes to business, finance will always flow to an area or to a pair of hands where it is best deployed. At that point, finance will flow there freely. But finance which is forced to go to a particular direction, when those hands are not ready to embrace it and make it expand, such an intervention will struggle to get sustained. So what the government of Uganda has decided to do now is to ensure that in all its government programs, especially starting with NDP4, all livelihood programs will be embedded with business development support services. And business development services will address all the 5 pillars associated with running a successful enterprise. So the 5 pillars that you must address for anybody who goes into business are: 1, governance, leadership, and entrepreneurship. That's the owner of the enterprise. It must have all these elements. But the second element is about human resources, the people that you use to serve the customer. The third element is operations, how you run your enterprise or business to ensure that losses are limited, wastage is limited, stealing is eliminated. All that will result into efficiency as well as consistency of the solution you are giving. This is important. Number 4 is marketing and customer care. Somebody has come into your business, he has given you feedback. To what extent are you benefiting from that? But also, how are you able to reach out to the different buyers of your potential solutions and products? So that's marketing and customer care. It's extremely important, and it has got its own elements you must be able to embrace. Then finally comes the capital aspect. And the capital aspect should never be seen to appear like it comes from outside. The first and most enduring capital is the resource called the human person himself. To what extent are you yourself going to deploy the resources you have, including your own energy, your time, to start doing what you are going to start doing? Once that first capital is functional, the next aspect of capital then comes to do with you sold something, you made a profit. Did you preserve the original capital? If you did, excellent. But the profit you made, did you put part of it back into business, saving and reinvestment? If you do not have those first 2 as source of capital, the other sources of finance, including credit, however cheap it is, if it finds these 2 are not being practiced, equity from the owner, reinvested saved profits from the business, if those 2 are not already functional, the other sources of finance are going to struggle. What is happening now is that PDM is now in its second year. The first year, 1 trillion was given. That means 10,500 parishes across the country, each one received 100 million. And each of those parishes in the first year served 100 beneficiaries. That's in excess of 1 million people took that money. We should also be interested to see what happened to the people who got it earlier on. We shouldn't wait for the end of the repayment period to start saying, you man, you are not paying. We should be interested to say, you took the money, it is now 2 months, what have you done? You took the money, it is now 2 rain seasons, what have you done? Because there's no magic about waiting until they are told that, you know what, this was a 24-month loan repayment program, now it is 24 months, pay us. That's not how effective lending works. Effective lending knows that most of these people are running enterprises that have got a seasonality of just 90 days. You should be checking to see what they are doing with their 90 days. By the time 1 year is over, somebody should have had 2 seasons. What have they done? If you come way after that, you are coming to see a person who has long since been beaten by the market, and maybe your assistance will now be a bit too late.